Hello and a very good morning to everyone. First of all, thank you for your participation for the Met Data Fund Again workshop series. My name is Simon Lau, your speaker for today. The title for today's workshop is Investment Analysis Unlock the Power of Power BI. Today, I'm going to share with you how we may build a personal investment portfolio analysis dashboard in just a short while, in about 1 hour time, with some basic concepts and techniques in Power BI. Throughout the workshop, we'll dive into various data visualization and analysis techniques that will help bring your data to life. We'll also be discussing ways to make data more accessible and understandable to a wider audience. So whether you are a data scientist, data analyst, marketer, or just someone who is just curious about the world of data, I invite you to join us on this journey. I assume everyone today already read the prerequisite for our workshop, but no worry, if you haven't read it, you can have a look at the description box down below to read the prerequisite. Any issue with prerequisite, we'll address it as we come along during the practical session. So are you ready to get started? Are you ready? Right, let's go. Right, as you know, uh, today our topic is on Power BI, right? And Power BI is the one of the product of under Microsoft Office 365 suite, right? E5, version E5 uh, by Microsoft. So I'm going to briefly bring you through some basic understanding of Power BI architecture and some key components that you need to know before we get our hands dirty with the practical. So for the next 1.5 hours, right, hopefully you are going to be able to actively participate and pay your full attention and follow along as much as possible the hands-on session, right, if you can. And then feel free to ask questions as well in the chat box. I will try my best wherever possible to address your question and your query. So what is Power BI? Power BI is a BI, business intelligence platform. It's not just a software, it's a platform that provides very important keyword, non-technical business users, right? If you're a programmer, chances are you might be able to use more technical and more advanced tools for that. But this is more specifically tailor-made for non-technical business users that you can do some self-service in order to build a BI report, right? That can aggregate, analyze, visualize, and also share data. So what is BI, business intelligence? Basically is to leverage software and services to transform data into actionable insight. Normally, in this regard, it involves visualization of the data in a chart form. So Power BI is interface is quite easy for Microsoft products users, especially the Office users, as because it is quite similar, right, in nature to Excel. So this is the basic architecture of what we are going to do, right? So this architecture will influence the steps that we are going to carry out later. So in the front end involves Power Query, which is a tool actually already in Microsoft Excel for a long time. So some of you who are familiar with Excel, you should know how to use Power Query easily later. It is used to combine, right, to extract and combine data source from multiple sources and transform it to the format that you want. And in order for you to build the data model before you can do any charting, for example, creating reports and dashboards. So data source that is supported by Power BI, they are numerous, right? Numerous. So in nature, right, because it's a Microsoft product, definitely Excel is one of the top data source, and CSV file is the one that you can use, right, can access using Power BI. However, today I'm going to show you how we can integrate a product, right, data source from a product across company, not just by Microsoft, but Google. So I'm going to use Google Spreadsheet, right, to put in our data source. And then we are going to read data from Google Spreadsheet, right, which is not from Microsoft, from another company. So key components of Power BI that we are going to touch, we are going to get our hands dirty on for just a while later will be Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, And then last but not the least, we're going to publish our dashboard to the web, to the cloud, right, using Power BI service. And first and foremost prerequisite that we need today would be the Microsoft Power BI desktop desktop software. All right, it's not just like a studio software for you design and develop the dashboard and report. Right, so I reckon that most of you who know about the prerequisite should have downloaded this free software and also should have installed it. So I would like you to open it up. Right, we haven't done anything, but I would like you to open it up. So this software, you should be able to create a new report or new dashboard. Huh? So in the Power BI context, right, whatever dashboard that we're going to build is called a report. So don't worry about what is that. Huh? The technically, a report means a dashboard, right? A dashboard-like report. So we are going to build with charts and so on. So this is new. So you should create a new report as it is, blank report. So bear in mind, Microsoft product, in order for you to publish your report, so-called report or dashboard to the web later to be shared with your audience. So you need a Microsoft account, right? That is one of the another important prerequisite. It's a proprietary software. That's why we can't run away, right, from that. So you need a Microsoft account, right? So Microsoft account that you use for your Microsoft Office will do. So while I'm sharing with you, I would like you to sign in, right, to your Power BI desktop using your Microsoft account, right? Your username, password, right? It should be supported, right? Because it's a free software, but you need the Microsoft account to access that. Right, so once you have done with it, right, so we also need to access another piece of the very important component of Power BI, which is the end user side. So the Power BI desktop, the free software, is the studio for you to develop design, right? But when you want to share your dashboard or report to your audience, you need the online version, right, of Power BI, which is called Power BI service. This Power BI service you can access using this link, right? app.powerbi.com, right? app.powerbi.com. Hey, sorry. So I want you to app.powerbi.com. I want you to access this page first. Of course, I've already logged in, so you also need to use the same Microsoft account that you log in to desktop, right? And same Microsoft account to log into this Power BI service. Right? This is going to be the last, right? So don't worry about this. Right? So what is the relation between the two? Power BI Desktop is the source of data, right? Source of truth that you are going to use, gather the data, and you're going to plot all the different visuals. And then Power BI service is the place where you are going to publish and share with your user. Your user is going to interact with your dashboard or so-called report on the Power BI service web portal. Right? So what is the limitation of this free license using desktop? Right? One thing is you can't share actually. You can publish and you see it yourself on the web, but you can't share actually. In that technically you are not going to share, but you can see it yourself when you log into your Power BI service. So peer-to-peer sharing or within your enterprise, you need to have a Power BI Pro account. Right? But this Power BI Pro account, they do provide you a 60 days. So mine trial is already left with 15 days. Right, you can see 5 days. So later on, you don't have to do anything now. Later on, before you want to try to share your portal, right? So they'll ask you, prompt you to buy, to purchase, or to try free. So if you click on that try free and agree on the terms and conditions, you should be given 60 days free trial to use Power BI service for free. So you are going to be given the full set of feature, right? To be used as a Power BI user, right? So which is using Pro, right, for free for 60 days. So Power Query is similar to Excel. It's a tool for you to extract, transform, ETL, extract, transform, and load data to the format that you want, right? We're going to use that later. And the second tool that we're going to touch on, our hand on, will be Power Pivot, right? Where the data that we have already transformed and loaded into Power BI desktop, we want to actually build a data model. In other words, we create a relation between the data table. And before we the last but not the least, the Power View is the place, the report view where we are going to build our tools, build our visual, draw our visual. So there are many use cases that you can use Power BI for because it is targeting non-technical business users, as I said before, right? Self-service. You can do it yourself if you know it. So it is very useful for marketing people, management people, sales people, HR people, all sorts of people, right? In an enterprise environment. And last but not the least, even you are not in an enterprise. For today's cases, I'm showing you one specific use case for personal use. You can actually do it for your personal investment portfolio analysis. Right? So are you ready? Let's get our hands dirty. All right. So first and foremost, the first thing, I reckon that you have already received, sorry, let me see the link. Okay. So you have already received a link, right? Shared by my admin, our admin, right? Which is a Google spreadsheet. But I don't want you to just use it, right? As it is. It is ready for use, right? This Google spreadsheet that you can access. Let me give you the link again. If you haven't received it, I give it to my, I'll give it to my support. He will share, she will share with you my support. Okay, so this Google spreadsheet, I want you to do it yourself, right? But do a quick one. We don't have time to do a slow one. So you can go, you can log into a Google account. I suppose most people have Google account, right? You share your Google Mail, so you can log into your Google Drive, right? You could go to your Google Drive or anywhere in Google after you log in, right? You can create a Google spreadsheet. So let's create it from scratch quickly. So I have already shared with you my version of it. So this table, so-called the portfolio table, just copy and paste. Right? You don't have to draw it column by column. I explain it, right? How it does. Most of these are static data that some of them you need to fill in some figure. Some of them are calculated. Some of them are actually extract live stock quote price from Google Finance, right? So you copy this table from the portfolio sheet, because this I cannot allow you to edit. Right? This is my Google spreadsheet. So it's a multi-user environment. So I want you to create yourself, right, on the empty Google spreadsheet. Just copy and paste it. Right, will do. So what is the significance of this color, right? The yellow color columns would be the user input column, right? User input column, meaning you are actually entering some data. Let's say you are investing in Apple. I try to use a few stocks that everyone is familiar with, right? Nasdaq. So Nasdaq stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet is actually Google, Amazon, right? Of course, Facebook not here. If you want, you can put in Meta. Meta is a company for Facebook. Let's say I like Apple a lot. I invested 1,000 share, right, for Apple since last year, right? So my assumption is today is 31st of January 2023. So to make things easy, because when you buy stock, you track every day, every single day, so different day. So I try to make it simple. We analyze it for the past 1 year. Assuming you buy it on the same day, all the stock, right? Maybe you can buy a bit less for Microsoft, Microsoft, which Power BI 500 share, Alphabet, Google, maybe you buy 700 share, right? Amazon also 1,000 share. It's up to you. You can change this column. So once you change, the portfolio cost will change. So the green color columns are the one that is calculated. Calculated based on what? Based on the buying price, right? Multiply the number of shares. Per share price. This per share price is actually calculated based on a Google Finance API, right? So what is Google Finance, right? Many of you know Google Finance is a portal for people to actually see live stock data, share data, and other kinds of asset classes, for example, currency, crypto, and so on. So we are going to make use of their API, right? If you want to really, you can Google Finance, you can see this portal, but this is only for user to view. But for us, Google is very generous to actually share the API for us to freely use it. But of course, don't expect the share price to be the exact real-time value, right? It's a bit of delay. So the API for you to access Google Finance data right? Let me share with you through my support. Yeah, okay. For PowerPoint, yes, I can share with you later. After the presentation, everything I share now, right? In this 1.5 hour, everything, right? No any copyright issue and so on. I'll share with you, right? So Google Finance, right? This is the API, huh? So if you look at the spreadsheet, right? So this column, the green color, the the buy price, right? Is actually the you put in Google Finance. This B2 is actually the ticker, right? As you know, right? Technically in programming, we don't recognize the company name, which is Apple, Inc., Microsoft, and so on. So every stock, right, on the stock exchange, whether in Bursa or whether in Nasdaq in US, all are recognized by a specific code, right? That code we call ticker. So AAPL, you can hard code it as AAPL also can. You can try. AAPL, Apple stands for Apple. Then you want to get the closing price because stock price can be open, close, highest price, lowest price. So using this API, you can get the I use the closing price on 31st of January as my buy price to make it easier, right? So, and then the start and the end date, right? Let me make it a bit larger. Start and the end date. This is the start date. Start date F2, right? Is here already 31st of January. And then end date is 1 day later. Just plus 1 day. So that price will be the price that you close at 31st. And then daily, right? So this daily will give you a long list of price, history of price, right? So from January last year until today. But I don't want those values. I only want one of the value, the first value on the cell number 2, right? Column number 2 and row number 2, right? That's why I use an index function in Google Spreadsheet. This function also available in Excel, more or less similar, right? So you can use that, right? You don't have to type anything. Just copy and paste. The function is already there. I explained to you how to use it, right? To make it faster. Otherwise, we won't be able to finish. Okay, the portfolio cost will be a multiplication of the number of share multiply your buy price, right? The initial price. And then now we also want to determine what is the price today. So today at this moment in time, right? By Google Finance API, right? So you can actually get the current price, but this current price is not the real time price of now, which is closing price of yesterday actually supposedly. Right now the market is closed, right? Closing price US market Nasdaq last night. So this is $143 per share, Apple. Then this is a portfolio value, right? Which is actually this current price multiply number of share. So you get 143,000, right? 1,000 share, 143 per share. So you get 143,000 portfolio value, right? This column, current value today. And then position is actually what you have today minus what you actually spend to buy, right? 1 year ago, Apple cost you $174.78 per share. Now it's only 143. So you're actually making a loss, right? So this column is calculated, right? You just minus, calculated. And then just to show you, Google Finance also provide you some simple, very simple, not technical, but fundamental analysis in the indicator. For example, PE, price to earning ratio, right? So 23.39, quite a profitable company, but not cheap actually at 23.39, right? Quite a profitable company, right? Earning per share, right? $6 per share. You are spending $100 to buy today, but actually the profit is around $6, right? Every time they announce, the last time they announced the report, right? The financial performance. So this is something that you can get from Google Finance, right? You just put in PE or you want to know about the EPS, right? So let's move on, right? This is the main so-called the master table we are going to refer to in our Power BI later. So we rename the Google spreadsheet to portfolio. So now we want to create separate spreadsheet to get the archive historical price of each of these stocks, like Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon. I just show you one, then you should be able to get the rest, right? It's quite simple. It's just to apply. All right, you go to that spreadsheet, go click on the first row, first column, first row, A1, and then just copy this over, right? The one that I share with you, copy this Google Finance, right? So I move it over to my new spreadsheet here, right? I just put in this spreadsheet. And this formula actually refer to my another sheet. If you don't want, you just hard code APL, ticker, right? The ticker symbol for paper. And I want just not get price, one closing price. I want to get all the price, highest, lowest, uh, opening price, closing price, and also the volume. So the date, right? The date, starting date, right? Last year, 31st of January 2022. The time I buy until today, the function will give me the date for today. And daily, you can change it to weekly, quarterly. If you don't want to see so many prices, weekly, monthly, quarterly also can. But I get the daily. So if I hard code, this should be the date. I can put it down like the 1st of January 2022 until today. So I enter, right? It will load, right? The values, right? Starting from last year, right? 31st until, if you scroll down, all the way down until today. Until today. Not today, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. The closing price last week, sorry, last week. Not yesterday, not even last night. Not even last night. Last night was 30th. So the closing, the open, the high, the low, the close, and also the volume. Right? All live, but doesn't mean real time. Live, but not real time. Live data feed from Google Finance. Right? From here, actually from here. So just that you get it using the Google Finance API. So you should get it. So I wouldn't dwell on this too long because it will take too much of time. So I'll do a bit quick, right? Repeat the same thing, right? For Microsoft NSFT. So what I do is I'm going to copy. What you can do, follow me, just copy this formula on the top right, top left, sorry, the first cell, copy over, just change the ticker right here, put in the formula, change the ticker to MSFT, you get Microsoft prices, MSFT, right? So loading, so I'll do a quick one, another sheet for Amazon, another popular company, right? Just the same sale, right? Just copy and paste, Amazon, AMZN, right? So change it, and then last but not the least, I do 4, so that the chart looks a bit more balanced. You can do a lot, right? If you have invested a lot in different companies, right? For the sake of this presentation, I will make it simple, just 4 stock that I buy. Okay, Apple, Microsoft, and last but not the least, Google. Google, the company is called Alphabet, but the ticker is still Google, G-O-O-G, G-O-O-G. So you get the price archive. So all these will become your data source. In a short while, you get it, right? If you want to add in the future, let's say you invest in crypto, whatever crypto you call it, Bitcoin or whatever, right? You can use another API. Let's say you buy 100 Bitcoin. Let's say you're very rich, you buy a lot of Bitcoin. Bitcoin now, I don't know the price already, 23,000, let's say whatever. So the date you buy, and then you just copy and paste the formula down. So you should get the portfolio cost and then the current price and so on. So your asset class could be crypto, right? You can have property, you can have your unit trust fund or whatever, right? So you can add to this sheet. But you need to load it again to your Power BI. So we have done with the data source side, right? Let's rename all this so that we recognize them. This is QOG, the spreadsheet. Let me see any query or not. So sorry if I miss your question. Oh, okay, formula, formula. Okay, let me give you the formula. You can refer to, as a programmer, if you are a programmer, you can refer to the documentation of Google Finance. Let me go to the first portfolio here. Also, there is a formula for us to get the only one price. We don't want the history price, right? So we need to have an index function to specifically get certain sale, certain column and row value. Okay, let me give you. Sorry, a bit technical also, but this is quite easy to follow. Huh? Just follow this Google Finance API, you should be able to access to the data source. Right? So whether you want to save as a file and file name or not, it's up to you, huh? But doesn't matter. So what we are going to need to get is later this link. Right? You need the link, huh? Remember, you need to copy this Google Spreadsheet link for you to extract data from this Google Spreadsheet into your Power BI. So now the link is different already, for mine and yours, right? So, but it's okay. If you cannot follow, you use mine, the one that is shared, the link, right? But if you can follow, right, you use yours, your own. That has already 5 Google Spreadsheet, 5 sheet, right? For individual stock, the historical price using Google Finance and also the portfolio table. We are going to load this into our Power BI. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I need to move a bit quick so that I can finish on time. Right? I have a lot to share actually. Okay, now let's go to our Power BI now. Right? Before I go to that, maybe my spreadsheet, my PowerPoint. Right? So what is conduct portfolio analysis? For those of you who are good in investment, right? You know, before you want to decide whether you want to buy or sell whatever asset you have on hand, or you want to buy new asset, right? So first thing is you need to know your current situation. So Power BI can help you with number 2 and number 3. Not everything. It's not a something that can kill everything. So establish investment objectives is your own homework. You need to do that. But second is assess current situation. So like just now, we can get the price if some company, some portal provides you the free fixed data, right? Live data, or you pay for it, right? You should be able to get the price, the value currently. So by multiply by the number of asset that you have, you can actually get the current value, right? And evaluate how your portfolio perform as a whole, right? Portfolio perform as a whole or individually for every stock over a period of time. Just now we get the value for the price from the day you buy 1 year ago, 31st of January 2022 until today. So we are going to see the fluctuation, the changes of the value over time. So but 4, 5, and 6 is up to you. So we said insightful decision making. So Power BI is a tool that helps you to do number 2 and number 3. And the rest is left to you, right? When you see the chart, you see the report, you think about how your asset has performed individually or as a whole, and monitor, measure, and rebalance your portfolio. And ultimately, before you decide whether to buy and sell again, you reassess your investment goal. So number 6 will actually look back to number 1 again, over and over again, right? It's a life cycle. So this is the expected output that we are going to do, right? Looks complicated a bit, but it's okay. So I can show you the ultimate outcome that we want to achieve after another 1 hour, right? Something like this. I have 2 pages, right? Something like this. So our data should become something visual, right? Our raw data from Google Spreadsheet. Right, so prerequisite, as I mentioned, Microsoft account is a must. You must, so that you can publish it to Power BI service. Data source, we use Google. As I mentioned just now, Google account and Google Spreadsheet. Optionally, this one, if I have time, I'll explain to you. Even Microsoft Excel also have this live data feature. Microsoft also has a portal for finance data. So they also provide API, but you need Microsoft Office Excel 365. I reckon that not all of you that is watching the presentation now have that. So that's why I avoid using that. But you can also use Microsoft Office other than Google Finance. So limitation, this is not going to be a complicated dashboard that you need programming, coding, and so on. Data source based on free live data, but not real time, not premium data. Function, very basic only, as I mentioned just now, but basic, useful. Used for personal use, right? Not for commercial. You don't expect you can build this tool and then you become a financial analyst for a bank, for investment bank or something like that. Don't do that, right? It's for personal use. It's not good enough for commercial use. Skill requirement, intermediate, right? Basic to intermediate within 1 hour. Data model limited by the free data. Whatever I can do with you today is limited by that Google spreadsheet that can provide whatever data is there, right? If you have the budget to buy, you should be able to do a better thing, right? If you have the sufficient data. Stocks from Nasdaq, right? So this one I have mentioned just now. Okay, the steps. First thing, we want to get data in our Power BI. All right. So let's open up our Power BI, the empty Power BI desktop software. So because there are so many functions on top of that, so I just want to bring your attention to 5 places, 5 only. The first one, report view. Whatever you see by default when you log, you open up a new project, new report. It's actually the report view. Or in other words, we call it Power View. It's a view, right? Canvas. It's a canvas for you to draw, right? Report. Second, data. Data view is more or less like Excel, right? This is like your Excel table, but nothing here yet. We haven't loaded anything. And the third one, for those of you who do SQL, you're a database guy. You should be able to visualize this as a data model, right? ERD, entity relationship diagram, something like that. So you can see the relation between your table. So let's get our hands dirty. Okay, another one is these two, visualization pen and fields pen. Right, nothing is shown here, but you can see that there are a lot of charts for you to choose from. So if you click on report view, you can see this visualization pen, right? We are going to choose the visual from here and also the field, right? To link the visual to the data field. Okay, let's get the data into our Power BI desktop first. So we have already the data source, which is Google Spreadsheet. Okay, now we want to get it into Power BI. So don't misunderstand that Microsoft always want to close its system from other vendor. Actually, Microsoft is kind enough. Okay, so other than Excel, which is by default, right? Microsoft products will allow you to load data from Excel, but they also allow you to load data from Google. Actually, you can see, go to Home, Get Data on top here. Home, Get Data. Right? It's a new feature. If your Power BI is quite old, your desktop is quite old, chances are maybe you don't see this. Why is it not loading? Let me minimize it. Okay, here. Right? So get data, you type Google to filter all the so many data sources that you can get. Google Sheet. You see? Right? So they allow you to load data from Google products, Google Analytics, Google Sheet, and so on. So we use Google Sheet here. Connect. Right? If you haven't connected into your Google account, so it'll ask you later to log in to your Google account again. So Google Sheet URL. This is the place where you copy your spreadsheet link. Right? You don't put all these edit thing there, just the base URL. So HTTPS something. So the Google spreadsheet, I use the one that I've created just now. So this one, if you don't have this, you use mine, the one that I shared with you. Same, you can use. So just copy this link and paste it into this. Right, Google spreadsheet URL. Okay. You may be asked to log in to your Google account, sign in, because I haven't signed in here, right? This is Microsoft product. You want to access Google product. So naturally, you should sign in to your Google account. So you open a browser for you to authenticate yourself, right? You just choose your Google. Just now you create your Google spreadsheet somewhere, right? Using your Google account, right? So use that same Google account to log into that Google spreadsheet. So continue, okay? So you actually forward that authentication to Google and then come back. Right? Once they say sign in complete, you come back to your here, right? So already log in. You come back to Power BI and you connect. You just click connect. You take a while maybe a few seconds, right? Quite fast. Right? This is across different company platform. Google Spreadsheet to Power BI, Microsoft product. Okay, you see your Google Spreadsheet, or here you can click on it and have a look. Right, AAPL, right, is listed. But it's not perfect, right? You see column 1, column 2, column 3. Supposedly your column name, header name, you want it to be the column name, but it ends up to be a row, first row of your data set. But it's no worry. We have Power Query, right? This step, don't load it straight away, right? So select them, all the 5 spreadsheet we want. Select all of them. Right, but don't load, because it's not perfect, right? So you do something first, transform it. So ETL, extract, transform, load, right? Don't load is the last. So transform. If you accidentally load, it's okay. You can come back, you can edit the query again, come back to Power Query, no worry. But for now, I take the step to transform, transform data. Right, so you open up Power Query editor. Right, so you know you are using Power Query. Let me go back to the slide again. We are actually in this get data. Still early, get data. So come back to Power BI. Right, you open another window, not here. Don't come here, you come to Power Query. Power Query is another software component. It's loaded. This is also available in Excel. Those of you are familiar with Excel. You see the first row, right? Very simple. You want to make this to be your header, right? So you just go up here, use first row as header. Go to the home tab, use first row as header. Just click on it, right? It become your first row, right? Same for the rest. Apple, right? Your price, right? Date, and so on. Make it to be the, go to the home, use first row as header. Right? So that you don't want to see your data field later, your model later, column 1, column 2, you don't know what is that. So you do the same, do the same. So anything do the same, I will do it quick. I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, Google, also same, right? Use first row as the header. So you become the first row. Not yet, don't load yet, don't close your query yet. Okay, here, use first row as header. Done. Okay, what else do we need to transform? The date, right? This is date time format. Just now from Google Finance API, they give you the date and time. So what we do is you can click on this icon, change it to date instead of date time. All right, so change, replace, replace the values. So it becomes only the date. Same for other table. Just click. All these you can click, you check whether the format for your data is correct or not. If not correct, you convert. Right? Power Query. For you to transform data, remember transform. So date, this one I don't want the time. So I want date only. I don't care what is the time. So the 4 p.m. is actually the closing time in US for NASDAQ. So okay, replace current. So date. And then Amazon, right? Same. Just convert it to date. Apple, date. Right? Convert to date. What else you want to do, right? To convert, right? For me, nothing much, unless you want to rename the column and so on, you can. Right, up to you. I use the column name and so on that I use in Google Spreadsheet straight away here. But later you can come back to this. Query editor, anytime, right? Anytime I'll show you how. So you don't need to worry if you forget to do some step or you do it wrongly on the right hand side here, right? There is some so-called the steps that is remembered whatever you do. If you regretted after you do it, wrongly done, so you just delete it, right? Is that delete, right? If I delete this step, the column name will come back to as a row again, so I don't want to do that, right? So any steps that you forget, you do it wrongly, you just replace it and do again, right? Not a worry. Okay, so we have transformed the data already. Very simple, because we have already done it quite ideally on Google Spreadsheet, so not much that we need to clean for this data set. Maybe sometimes this number may run away a bit of format. Power BI try to understand what is the format. Then maybe this become text, so you convert it back to number. So you can check. But 1, 2 is already a number, so no worry, right? It's a decimal number. Okay, done. Right? Data is transformed to the format that we want, but not the ultimate model that we want, not the data model. So I want you to duplicate Apple, duplicate this table, duplicate, because I want to concatenate, I want to append the Apple, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft to one table, not 4 table, right? So I want to do that. Okay, before that, don't worry, no, sorry, forget. Later, before we concatenate them, we need to add a new column so that we know that this data belongs to Apple, another data belongs to Amazon. So what I do is go to add column, right? So add a custom column, right? Apple, we put a ticker symbol onto our table, right? Ticker, right? So add column, add a custom column, change the column name to ticker, right? And this is Apple, right? So AAPL, put a text there, AAPL. AAPL as your ticker symbol, okay. So you add a column, ticker, right? APL to your Apple table. Why? I'll tell you. You will not understand why. Later, when we concatenate, we need to recognize which stock this price belongs to. Similar for Amazon, right? Just add a new column, add column, custom column. So I'll do a quick one, right? So this is Amazon, right? Okay, Amazon ticker, right? So the value Amazon, MZ, Amazon, MZN, okay? Okay, so you get a column, right? Amazon. Okay, same for Google, right? I just want to add a column so that I recognize this as a Google stock. So ticker, add a ticker column, right? So transform column here, custom value. So I put in, come. So let me minimize it so that my, okay, so here I put in Google. Google is not showing. Let me see. I think I accidentally click some token literal. Let me redo again. Okay, I redo again. Add column. Right, you can do the same with me. Okay, so this is ticker. Just put in. How? Okay. What key that I accidentally press? That made my keyboard not working. Okay, so let me press. Okay, can already. Oh, mind? Let me try. Oh, can actually. I think because I'm sharing screen, right? Maybe the something wrong with my sharing the view already. Here, same for Microsoft. MST, quote, and then double quote and OK. So a column is added. Okay, this custom I need to rename. I forgot to change it just now. I need to rename. Right, instead of custom, I change it to ticker. Ticker. Here also Google is ticker. Okay, this is ticker. Double click it and rename ticker. Amazon ticker and also Apple ticker. Right? Okay, now not yet. We want to create an additional table. Right? So just duplicate any of the Apple or so on. So you just duplicate Apple table, duplicate. Right? So rename this duplicated table to history. History. So now I want to append, right? I want to append data from already in AIPL, already in history. Amazon, Google, Microsoft. I want to append it to the history table. So how do I do it? Transform. Home should be home. Append query. Home. Append query. Just click on append query. Okay, you ask you 2 table? No, more than 2, right? 3. Right, so I select the table Apple already has. I already have the history table duplicated. So I select Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Not the portfolio. I add these 3. Append this 3 query to my history table. Okay. So you can see that the history table now come with all the tables. Right, if you go down, scroll down, you can see Apple, after Apple will be Microsoft, and so on and so forth. There, Amazon and Microsoft and Google, right? In one table, history. So the one that we are going to build our model on is only 2 tables, portfolio table and history table. Not the other, the Apple and so on. We can load them first. Okay, now we have done it, right? Now we want to load from Power Query to our Power BI. Close and apply. Close our Power Query and apply. Right? So you'll be direct back to Power Query and apply changes, right? Because these are 2 different software. So whatever happens in Power Query, you need to actually refresh your Power BI desktop to see the changes. So the data table will be loaded. You see, APL, Amazon, and so on, creating connection in model. So apply changes, right? If he asks you to apply changes, you just apply. So it'll take a while, right? It'll take a while. Oh, the spreadsheet will take a while because there are quite many data loaded, right? For your case, you'll see the same also. But you remember our data come from Google Spreadsheet, so across different domain. So it'll take a while. But if you see that now, right, the data model are loaded, right? Data loaded. So you can go click on the data model, right? You can see the tables, right? So Microsoft Power BI is intelligent enough to actually help you to infer, right? All this data model roughly because we have the ticker, so-called the ticker column in all our tables. So you use ticker, you click on one of these, right? You go to the data model view, you click on one of these, you can see that you highlight ticker, right? Ticker as this one is a bit short, portfolio got a lot of fields, so you click on it. You can see this is actually ticker that link the two table, right? Ticker, So, okay, but we don't need so many tables. So what we do, we go to the field, right? We don't want the AAPL. So we can actually exclude it from our data model. So we just delete from model. We don't want the APL to be here because we have the history. We've already concatenated everything. Delete from model. You ask your permission. Sorry. Yes. Right? Deleted. Right? So same for Amazon. Same for Google. Just delete the from model. Yes. Leave it. Only leave with history and portfolio. We need that two table only, right? Amazon, Google, and Apple, all these table we delete from our model. It's still inside. Don't worry. We delete from the model doesn't mean it's physically deleted. It's already loaded into Power Query just now. The data is still there. If you go to the query editor, you can still see your Microsoft table and so on there. Just that from here, data model, we don't want them. We exclude them. So we can just delete from model. I don't want it to be here. Right? Do a quick one. We are left with history and portfolio. Right? This is in the data model view. So two table only. Simple. And then we go to the data view. Second icon on the left. You can see the data is loaded. Right? You can click on history. Right? A lot, right? Apple and so on. The price. Then you can click on portfolio also. You can see your table. Just check your data is available there. But this date, right? For example, the date format, you don't like it, right? You want it to look like a slash something. You can click on the column by date. So here, format, column tools, format. You can choose the format you want. For me, I prefer this short date, right? 31st January 2022 by date. So same for your history table. You go to your history table. The date I don't like it, so long. Later I display on my chart very long, right? I don't like it. I click on it. I go to the format, column tools, format, change it to the format you want. Choose the short date format. Right, done. All right, data model done. Model done, data done from Google Spreadsheet and the view. Now, okay, so first of all, put in a title, like Microsoft Word, you need a title, right? Text box. You go to home, text box. Just insert a text box will do. Type something there, my portfolio or whatever name you want, do a quick one. Right, so you can change the format, the size and so on. I put it 32. Sorry, select it, 32. Right, these are simple stuff, so I won't dwell too much on this. I put it on the right hand corner, left hand corner, my portfolio. Right, you can change the font size and so on, the color and so on. Up to you. Okay, so in order for your arrangement to be more tidy, so I advise you to go to view. Right, first of all, put in the grid line. Go to view. In the power view, this is the report view, canvas, your canvas. Right, go to grid line, go to snap to grid. Right, anything that later you arrange, you follow the grid. You can see the grid, right? You can see, right? Okay, so now we also want to check our canvas, right? Depends on how big your report is. You want to see, right? You want to maybe draw a bigger one. So you can actually go to the visualization tab, panel, right? You go to the second one, which is the formatting, right? This is your page. This is formatting. By default, you go to page information. Sorry, page information is the name of your page. You can rename. I don't do that now. Save time. Canvas setting. Go to canvas. The type of canvas you have now is 16 times 16 to 9. 16 width, 9. The ratio is 16 to 9 for width and height. But if you don't like it, you can actually custom make it. Let's say I want a bigger one. I don't like it. I can just use pixel. I can set my height to be much longer, 1000 or whatever. So it becomes long, right? So for today, I just tell you, you can do that, right? We use 16 times 9. Row 16 times 9. Canvas, background, and so on, we'll do it later. All these cosmetic stuff, I try to reduce it as much as possible. We use the white background, white background, everything white first for today. Okay, so, okay, first thing, we want the table to be inside here, right? The table is data view right here, right? Our portfolio table. I want the portfolio table to display in my visual, right? So my I can see the summary. So I just click on this side. Or you can look for table. This is table. I'll click on table, right? Table, So don't worry about it. First, you want to display something, right? So what we do is we want to display almost everything we have. So you go to the fields. You want to display some value for your portfolio, right? Click one by one. If you click not in the sequence you like, you can rearrange later. First thing, I want the portfolio name, stock name. So I click on stock name, you'll be you shown on your table, right? This one. So I select the second one is a ticker. I want to show my ticker on my table, second column. And then I want to maybe the number of share I buy, right? Number of share, right? Buy how much, right? Don't worry about the header name. Later we can rename. Number of share and then number of share and then buy price, buy date. Click one by one. So it will be arranged here in the visualization column by sequence. Whatever you click first, will appear on top, right? So after that, current price and the portfolio cost first, right? Your ticker, this one you can change later, the date. Okay, so here portfolio cost is actually the number of share multiplied by price, right? So by date also I select already. So portfolio cost, right? And then your current value, current price today or last Friday, and then your portfolio value, and then your position. Position means what? Are you making a loss? Are you making, if you want to display everything else that you get from Google Spreadsheet, you just click the field you want. So no worry, you cannot follow, it's okay. The cosmetic is not important, the sequence. You can change the sequence. Then, like for example, stock name, you drag it down, stock name become the second column. So you drag it out, become the first column, right? This may not be the final format that you want it to look like, but it's okay. Just leave it there. Snap it to the grid. Of course, the formatting side, a lot you can do. You can go to the formatting here. You want to change the position and so on. You can go to the general here, change the title, whatever. Add in the title. Currently, I don't put a title because I got another title using text box. So you can change the icon, header icon, blah, 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 all the cosmetic side. I leave it for now, right? So the total calculated for you. I don't like the total because no point here. Some whatever buy price total, no point. So I want to turn off the total from here. So you can go to your visualization, the middle one. Middle one is always for formatting. Formatting, remember whatever in the formatting only. Cosmetic one, total, I don't like it, I turn off. Right, turn off the total. Right, what else you don't like? Of course, the date, right? The date, they back it into the hierarchy. Right, I don't like it. I want to change it to just the not the whatever. So I go to my middle here, right? I click on the table. Always remember to select. Sometimes you forget to select other place. It will show you other place. Okay, come here. You go to your date, right? This one. By date, I don't want the hierarchy. I will change it to by date. Just the value, not the hierarchy. So it becomes the date. Right? So the header, not nice, right? Sum of. By default, they assume these values are aggregation of sum, a value. So what you do is just rename, double click, number of share, double click, by price, instead of sum of by price these are Kepo, all these Power BI, Kepo, the AI, try to assume you want something like that, sum off, but actually my column name is current price and so on. Okay, okay, portfolio value and this position. Position means whether you make again, but you don't be surprised. You see all loss, right? There's Nasdaq last year all loss until now. All loss negative. Right. Okay, your table now become much nicer, but small, too small, right? Too small. So the header you want to make it bold. Okay, click on the table, go to here, cosmetic, right? I tell you cosmetic thing, come here, the header, column headers, make it larger, low. Make it a bit 14, larger already, right? Okay, you adjust yourself, make it bold. Okay. Okay, so the column, the value also quite small. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. So values you can adjust. Maybe not so big, 12 lah. So not bolded, not bolded. A bit larger now. Right? So all this you have to adjust yourself. Right? So you can see. Sometimes you don't want to left align, right align. So you can align also one by one. So each column, let's say you want to format. You just don't like it to be left align. You want to right align and so on and so forth. You can go here. Sorry, here, I think it should be here. Too many things to click. And so sometimes I also forget where to look for it. Okay, column header. Under column header, you can choose specific column. Specific column here. Specific column. Under this visualization in the middle, specific column. Select the column you want. Let's say you want to apply certain formatting to certain column only, like position. Position. Let's say position is my gain and loss. Right? I want to bold it, right? I want to maybe centralize, make it center, right? I want to bold it or whatever. It's up to you, text color and so on. Later, I'll tell you how to make it even nicer, this table. Okay, leave it first. We don't want to touch this table for now, right? Already done. Okay, now I want to quickly add in some chart. Portfolio, I want to know the composition, how much I have like out of total. So I go use a pie chart. Right? Pie chart, natural choice, pie chart. So just click anywhere in the canvas, click pie chart. Right? Pie chart. Don't worry about the size. Okay, pie chart, what you want to show? Portfolio value, right? Portfolio value, right? So you go to portfolio, right? This pie chart, you select portfolio value, right? But 100% because it cannot differentiate which stock, right? Because value total, right? Total 433K something. Okay, so now I want to use a ticker to separate them. I have a ticker also, a ticker field in my table. So I select drag, you can drag also, right? Because now you want to tell it legend. You want to use ticker as a legend, right? So you see a portfolio, your composition. So just adjust your pie chart. The title not nice, right? Not nice, right? This portfolio, the value, I just rename it. All these are cosmetic. Portfolio value. The title, I go to the middle, cosmetic. Go to the title, general, right? Title always in general, Here, The title is like they try to infer from your field. So I call it portfolio value. That's all. Right? Portfolio value, nicer, right? Now, okay, now copy and paste. This one, the similar formula, but we can use another chart to show the same. Right? We can use tree map. Right? Tree map is another chart that you copy and paste. Bring it here. Right? Just convert. Very easy. You can convert it directly to a tree map. Just go here. Look for tree map. Right? This is pie chart. You want to make it donut chart also can. Donut or tree map. This is tree map. Whoa, you can see, you like Microsoft, Amazon more or less similar, Apple also more or less there. So Google is less, your portfolio out of the total. So your tool for you to visualize your portfolio value. So when you click on each of these, you filter whatever you click, right? You filter your table. So all are linked. Okay, so portfolio value. Okay, later I'll show you how to use something a user can interact to select everything. No worry about you click and disappear. It's okay lah. Okay, Microsoft. So your Microsoft. Okay, so now we want to see the fluctuation of the value, right? Over time, over 1 year. Because if not, what for we have a history table, right? History table is over time series, time series. So what is the best chart for us to show time series value? Sometimes you don't know, you just don't know. You have no idea. Let's say you don't know, you can use an area chart, you can use a line chart actually, right? Plot. Okay, but let's say you don't know. You just simply randomly select the date. I don't select this, don't select your visual. Sorry. I shouldn't select my visual. All right, deselect, don't select anything. You click on the canvas, you select date, right? And then you select closing price. Open price not important. In investment, mostly we look at the closing price, right? So Microsoft Power BI has the intelligence, roughly guess what you want. Oh, they give you a table, but table is not what I want. I want a line chart actually. So you can go to your visualization here to change that table, select the table to a line chart, right? Line chart here. Right? Okay, something is wrong, right? Because here, x-axis and your y is, let me see, sum, right? But you don't have a legend. So again, ticker play the role. Drag, you can go to your field, drag the ticker, the legend, right? But this one, I think, let me see why the price. Okay, let me see change the date to date, rather than date hierarchy. Yeah, don't use date hierarchy, for this case, right? Let me make it a bit larger. Okay, if you want to focus on certain view, it's so small, right? Other than I use this, I can actually focus on one chart. I just click on focus mode. I just want to look at this chart. Oh, not bad. I don't mean the performance of the stock, I mean the chart. Performance is bad, lousy. Okay, next step, if you buy last year, you still hold it, all the 4 major stock in US, all your portfolio value negative, go down. You can see over time, right? So this is actually by using line chart. If you want to convert this to another chart, just click on any of these chart here. You can explore area chart maybe. Oh, maybe look better, but this may or may not serve your purpose, right? So okay look okay. So it's up to you which visual on the fly you can change, right? So no worry, let me can change it back to to line chart and place it somewhere here, right? The title doesn't look nice, right? Sum of clause by date and ticker. So I go to the middle, the formatting, the general. I say the title always in the middle, the general title I change it, right? So this is portfolio performance, right? Don't say stock price portfolio performance make you look a bit more professional. Portfolio performance, right? But it's small later you can adjust, right? So if you want to see the actual one, you see this okay. Okay, line chart, tree map, portfolio performance. Okay, now I want to filter. Like this, I click on the chart, I let the user click to filter. Not nice not so professional You can control key and so now I want to put in some filter, but this filter and this filter is different You look at these panels, I didn't say anything just now. This filter is for developer to purposely at the background you filter certain thing from certain visual. So this is a bit complex to teach in 1.5 hours, so I won't come to that. But I want to add a filter for user. Later you publish it, your user want to click and filter your chart. So you can go to this here, right? A funnel. You can see a funnel, right? Filter slicer. So let us click on, don't click on anything. So click on the canvas, empty canvas, and click on slicer. Right? So you can see a slicer window is created. Right? So Microsoft is clever enough to guess actually what you want to use as a sorry. Control Z. I accidentally click on my chart and change it to slicer. Right? Control Z undo. This one shouldn't be a slicer, right? This should be my just now. What is that? Forgot already. Oh, my tree map. Sorry. Bring back my tree map. Oh, okay. Let me go back. Control Z. This one I delete because I know I don't have space also. My tree map is similar to my portfolio. I copy and paste. I change the tree map. Okay, so I want to click empty place. Don't be like me. You accidentally change your visual. Don't be like me. Empty space and click on funnel. Your slicer. Here, this one. All right, so you place it later. Where is it? So slicer, you want to filter by what? Filter by ticker, by price, right? Sorry, by portfolio ticker, right? The which stock, right? Drag the ticker or you click on drag it, right? It doesn't look nice. This, right? You can click for this to filter, right? You can filter like that. Okay, but this is doesn't look nice, so you can format it to look like some nice button, huh? So click on it. You go to the formatting again, right? Slicer setting, right? Vertically is not what you want. You can make it to become drop down, right? Become a drop down, right? You can drop it down and click, huh? To hide it lah, easy, huh? Save space. Or I a bit capo, huh? So I want to make it large and bombastic. So I make it a tile. Slicer, make it a tile, right? Formatting, huh? Become a tile, huh? So, but this tile, I want to allow also selection to have select all, right? Sometimes you just want to one click select everything, right? So not the individual stock. You can enable under visual. All these are visual cosmetic, visual, select all, turn it on. So you have a select all, right? So all these, right, selected. So you see all the stock that is selected. But it's a bit not sensitive here because you are in the developer view, right? Later in the web is better. Okay, so let us make it a bit like fit it into our space on top, right? It's like a menu. Make it like a menu, right? So you can drag this on top lah, put it here, right? Ticker, everyone know it's a ticker, right? So turn off the title. No need ticker lah. Title can turn off. It's turned off. Wait. How to turn off the, it's okay lah, leave it there lah. Oh, header, sorry, slicer header. You can go to the formatting, turn off the slicer header so that it doesn't show a ticker that you know it's a ticker. Okay, select all Apple. So now two stock only Apple and MSFT and Microsoft. You can let the user use it to select, to filter. Okay, so this is called slicer. All right, you have another type of slicer that you want to filter the date, right? Because this one you may want to filter by date, right? Later, right? You can have another slicer if you want, right? You can follow. If you don't want to follow, it's okay. You just need to know how. Okay, get the click anywhere. Don't convert your chart. Click anywhere. Click on the funnel slicer, right? Select date, right? Your history has a date table, right? Not the by date. By date is static. Your history, this date. You just track your. If you want to filter by quarter and so on, you can select the sub hierarchy. So for now, I just select the date and drag it there. Right, so this slicer can allow you to filter by date. Right, you put it here somewhere lah. So you can use it to filter. Make it, you have to adjust the size and so on. Drag your table down a bit and so on. The cosmetic, I'll leave it to you. You can do it yourself lah. Okay. Okay, now I want to come to a bit like highlight now, a bit of highlight in the next few minutes. Okay, this slicer, I can make it smaller lah, not so long. Highlight already. Okay, so you can drag this and change your map. That your chart is change, right? The range of date, right? So you change. Okay, so now we want to know in an overview. This is not good enough detail, right? I want to know what is my current position, my current portfolio value, just in one glance, right? So you can use a KPI cut. This is something called cut, right? Let us see it here. Of course, you have a more advanced one like multi-row, blah, 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 no time. So we do a simple cut. So select anywhere here, cut. Hey, where is it? Here, cut. So now cut, I want to show the portfolio value, right? So the cut field, right? Cut field, very simple, the field, right? You want to add is portfolio value, my current value, right here on my portfolio table, portfolio value. Right? Wow, not bad. 264K, but actually making a loss, right? Some of the call out, this is called call out figure, 164K US dollar, right? Some of portfolio value, this is not nice. The field name, I change it to current portfolio value, right? Current portfolio value with a space. Right? This one is very common, right? In most dashboard normally. Just said if you don't like it, 2 bit and so on, you can go to the formatting again. right? The call out value, you don't like it, 45 is too large, make it 32, right? 32, and then your, the call out value 32, and then what else? You have something else, category label that you can format lah, make it 10. Oh, small already, right? Making it smaller already. This is my portfolio value now today. I move it on top, right? Okay, not bad, right? 264K, but position wise not good. All right, so do again, repeat, right? Do the same. I think you know how to do already. Click anywhere, portfolio, cut, use a cut, use a cut. Click, there's a cut. Right now I want to see my position. So go to your field, click on position, or you drag the position here. Negative. I made a loss, 65K. I'm not too good. Okay, so position gain or loss, rename it, okay, position gain or loss. Again, the formatting, call out value, change it a bit small, 32, and then my label, change it to label, mana itu, label, change it to 10, make it smaller, so that you can fit into my space here. Okay, make it smaller. Adjustment, okay, make a bit smaller lah, side by side. Okay, now not good, right? Black color doesn't, for human, we are visual people, right? Visual people, we might want it to look like green if it is good. Negative, red is not good. We can apply conditional formatting on almost everything on every kind of visual. So let's click on the cut, right? On the cut, let's say 264. Anything more than certain value you think is good lah. Okay, let's say go to the formatting. 264, click on it, go to the formatting. You can see a function icon here. Do you see that? The color is black now, right? Black is not good. I want to change to some value based on the value, conditional. So I click on function fx. I don't know about your version. Some version, the earlier version, they call it conditional formatting, but now the new version, the icon is fx. So remember to click on this call out value. I want to format my call out value. Okay, so I want to set some rule color for the color of my call out. The rules. What is the rule? Referring to which field, right? Portfolio value lah, the one that I selected just now. Right now, I want to set the rule. Okay, let's say it's greater than mean, less than 0. Your portfolio cannot be 0 lah. Let's say less than 300K, 1,000. Right? Let's say my original is I made a loss 65,000 plus 200 something. I forgot the buying total already. The portfolio total. Okay, never mind lah. Just assume 32K is my original cost. I make it anything, right? Less than that, right? Red color, right? Anything more than that, a new rule. Anything more than that, the value, right? Mean is okay. Wait, greater than or more than 322,000, right? Let's say I achieve more than that, less than maybe max. You don't know what figure, infinity lah, max. Okay, so this value should be green. No green, so you choose for another color lor. So green color, let's say if I make a profit, right? Anything more than that, green. You can set. Okay. So guess what is the color? Negative, red. Right? No good lah. Not my target yet, 300 something, but 264K. So same for this one. You can apply the same. You go to this function icon. Right? For negative, definitely for this position, definitely you set a rule for rules. Definitely you set something that is less than 0 is red lah. No need to say already. But anything more than 0, change it to 0, or less than max, whatever infinity value, you make it green. Again, no color, just select a color, make it green. Right? Okay. Red, again red, not good. Okay, but it's reality. Reality. Last year you buy, until today you never sell red. Okay, so now this is also not good enough. Let's say I have a target, I want to see it visually. So I can add in something called a gauge. It's called a gauge. Like your car dashboard, dashboard gauge. Right. So what is the gauge that I want to try to apply? Actually, you can do a lot of complicated thing, but for time sake, we just want to analyze my portfolio value. Right. Gauge. I select it. I portfolio value. Click on it. Right. You always by default make it to be half. Like total is 529 multiplied by 2264K, your current portfolio value. But let's say your target, target you don't have a measure. So I will come to you with a new concept called measure. So you can create something called measure. You go to your portfolio. This is your portfolio, right? So you go to portfolio, view, your table, right click, new measure. Right? Let's say you want to have a new measure. Right? I have a target. So I use something called DAX. You know what is a DAX? DAX is a data analysis expression. In short, it's a function, data analysis function, built-in function that Microsoft, not only in Power BI, but also in Excel, that allow you to customize, allow you to aggregate, to whatever, to manipulate the value in your original table. You can add, you sum, you can minus, and so on. Up to you, based on formula. So I want to do a simple measure only. It's a fixed value. And my measure is actually 32,000. 320,000 my target. So let's say this is called portfolio value, portfolio target, right? Portfolio target. This is called a measure. I try to set a target, enter. I have created something called a measure on my table here. Portfolio, I have something called measure. This is a derived view, measure. So you see the calculator icon. So now I want to set the target of my portfolio to be this target 320. So you can see that there is a target value. You click on this gauge. There's a target value field. You don't know what field you want, so your target, move it here. So you can see a target 320. I haven't achieved the target. My target is 320K, but my current portfolio value 264K on my gauge based on this target. So I create something called measure. Right, of course, a lot more to do can be done. But the title not good, so let me rename the title again. This is not good. Right, portfolio value. Right, and then I had the title also in the middle. Right here, the title, I just rename it lah. I don't want so long. Right, target portfolio value, for example. Okay, so more or less done, right? Of course, very small, very a bit like there is a lot of space not filled, right? So it's the time for you to adjust, right? These three, right? I want to place them all in one row, So you can go to, for example, don't manually is a bit okay lah. Manual you can do, but you can also go to view, right? View, and then sorry, it's not view. I also forget where. Format. It's format. Format where align. Select. Right? You want to align properly. Right? Align center. Not like that. Align, change it. Distribute horizontally. Oh, sorry. A bit of haywire. Okay, let me drag it back again. All right, I put it horizontal. Right? So I leave a big space for my table. Let's say like that. I want to go to format, align, right? You can do align top, blah, 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 blah. All right. So distribute horizontally. Why it doesn't work? Oh, okay. I didn't select the three. Align, distribute horizontally. More or less there. So the left and right, you can set a fixed position if you want. Right? Let's say you have a space here. You can go to select this chart. You go to format here. Right? You go to your general property here, height and the width, the size, and position, right? Let's say horizontally, the space to the left is actually 60 pixel. You can just set it it'll be 60 here. This one also you want to customize it to be certain position. You have to count because the space. So This one I let you know, but no time to do all the calculation and do a specific one. So I just drag it properly to snap it to the grid. That is the easiest one, the fastest one. Okay. The chart may not look big, so you can resize it accordingly. So before we end, the last thing we want to touch on is actually conditional formatting of like for example the table, right? So you click on the table, you click on the table, you go to the visual here. So there are a few things that you can make the table more informative. For example, let me select all. Let all the fields come up. All right, for example, position gain or loss, right? Negative, right? Negative should be red. So I should go to my visualization table, select the table, right? You come to here, right? Formatting, general, let me go back here. Effects, right? Under general effects. Sorry, not here. I should select my specific column. I want to format my specific column. So go here, right? The first step here, select your position gain loss. Right click. Right click on your position gain loss, that column, right? You want to conditional formatting here. Conditionally format this one, color, conditional formatting. So background color, font color, and so on. Let's say I change it based on font color. Right, I click on that. Okay, again, similar to just now. It's something that you can do and add a rule. Add a rule. Position gain loss. Anything more than 0, right? Value is a number. Right, less than the max. It's green. Green always not default. Yeah. So I put a green here, select. Right? So anything less, add a rule. Right? Anything less, greater than mean, and less than 0, I put it red. Okay, there's a 0 number. Mean number, not percent. Number, not percent. Okay? So okay. So you can see that the the color now is red. Okay, we can use other kinds of like portfolio value. You want to compare visually portfolio value. So let's come here, portfolio value. Also put some conditional formatting. Right? I can use data bar because it's value, never 0, right? Portfolio, right? Data bars. I can use some data bars. Right? Again, set some rule. Right? Set some rule. Okay, let's say I use the positive bar to be use blue by default Don't want to waste too much time doing the formatting. You can see. So you can compare which portfolio value actually the most and the rest visually, other than the number. Data bar. Okay, what about the rest? Portfolio cost, I think nothing to compare for portfolio cost. Okay, maybe the position. I want to know whether it's go up or down, right? So I choose the position again. I can apply one more, right? Conditional formatting, right? I go to icon. And this also happens in Excel. You can do this in Excel table also. So I choose the field I want, position. I choose for conditional formatting, icon. Right? So by default, the icon is given like this, red color. And so I don't like this. Anything go down, I want an arrow down. Anything, because I think it's positive, negative, so I delete one of the rules. Right? So it's either more than 0, less than max, and so on. So anything more than 0, right? Number more than 0, number more than 0, number less or equals to 0 is mean, mean, right? Number, okay? So I want the upper out, meaning my position I gain or I lost, right? A green color outward arrow. This is icon, icon. Okay. Right? You can see, how come this? Oh, my rule is the ballet. So go up. Okay, wrong. Sorry. My position, I should change it. Condition formatting. Okay, icon. My rule, the ballet, reverse. Okay, it should be less than 100. More than, this one should be max. This one should be up. Right. So this one greater than mean, right? Number less than 0. This one should be down, red. Okay. Okay, then down. Okay. Or you can use icon, you can use color and so on. Conditional formatting. Okay. If one page is not enough, let's say one page is not enough for you to show everything, you might want another chart, the last chart of the day, right? I can create another page. And on this another page, the report, last one already, I might want to use something fancy, for example, something fancy. We call it ribbon chart. Have you used it before? It's something like a dynamic uh, dynamic column chart. Let's say this one is my portfolio value over time. I want the, okay, not enough. Sorry. I can't do that without I have to create another field here. But I think I don't have time to do that. I need to create another field here. Let me show you how to do. I will give you the sample file because I have only 5 more minutes left. Okay, so I click on the history table, right? I want to get the current value, the contemporary value of my column, of my each of the row, each of the day. So what I do is I can actually add a column, right, in here. Okay, this one you can't, let me see. You want to add a column, new column here. Just now, new measure, right? You can do a new column here. Let's say the history table, new column. Right, a bit greedy lah, do a lot of things in 1.5 hours. Okay, so this rename it to the column name. Okay, sorry, new column. Right, let's say I want to get the contemporary current value of my stock every day. Current value. So you know that current value is actually the closing price. Let's say closing on that day. So you can type close. Right, on this table, history table, close, multiply my portfolio number of share. It's on another table, right? Related, you use this function, related, and then you choose your portfolio number of share, right? Number of share multiply your close price is the current value, enter, right? So you compute, right, a contemporary value. So if you can plot chart based on this contemporary value, see your portfolio fluctuation over time. But we have no time to do that already. But I tell you, this is the concept of DAX. Data as analysis expression. You can actually compute additional derived value. Okay, so now let's go back to our view. Assuming we want to publish this already, let us delete this page too. Right, for now we're not going to do anything with it, just delete. So we are going to publish this to Power BI service. So let's say this is the final product for today. Final product for today. Okay, let me go to the home tab here, and then I click on publish. Now I want to see how it looks like in our portal. Okay, publish. So you open now. You actually do you save first. You give you a link, right? You actually let me save it first. I forgot to save. Save it first before you can publish. Okay, let me make it MDFA demo. Right? So always remember to save, and then you start to publish. Right? Start to publish. This will happen in maybe just 2-3 minutes time. All right. Okay, let me publish first. Okay, does it work? Let me close this one. I think it's working, so it's a bit slow, right? So the Power BI desktop is a offline software that you use to edit and so on to build your chart, your visual. And then now you want to publish to the end user. Okay, let me see why is it so. I think I'm opening up too many things here. That's why it's a bit like hanging already. Okay, never mind. Let me use another example to show you. Right? So the publish one, once you click on publish, right, you generate a link and you click on that link, right? You are supposed to be redirected to Power BI service, so-called the portal, right? So when you try to generate that, I think I have no choice but to close this one. No worry. On your side, I think you should be able to do this. Do it. Right? You ask you to publish it to where? A workspace. So a workspace is like a physical storage of your data plus your report. Right? So let's say this is my portal. Let's say I publish successfully to my Power BI Power BI service. So this should be the one. I know, not working. Just now they want hand already. So it's not published here. But some of these I've done it earlier. So the report is stored here and also the data. So the data set that you extract from Google Sheet, local copy is here. Right? So let's say you want to view the online version. You click on it. This is not the one that I've done just now. This is the one that I did earlier. Right? So this one got 2 pages. This is the online version. So we call it Workspace. It's published on Workspace. So I have page 1, page 2. Right? This is the one that I no time to plot. Right? So this is the ribbon chart. You can see your portfolio. So over time, over a year, different months, so change a lot. Okay, so page 1. Right? So user can interact with it. The way you interact with it on the studio. But that so-called the desktop or studio is for you to do, for you to play with it. But this is for user. So how can your user access this one? If you share the link to your user actually cannot access one unless they have a Microsoft account. They have to log in. So you have to share actually here. You publish already. For free version, you cannot share. But for Pro, if you are on trial, free trial today, you can share. You can share like a Microsoft OneDrive kinds of sharing. You can share to a specific person in your company. You can share to someone existing access, meaning your team member, right? Let's say someone already in the same project, and then specific people. You can put in their name and so on, the email and so on, and share with them, right? Then you put in the email address and so on. Okay, some of you might ask, can I share to the public, my entire portal share to the public? In this one got Spotlight, no time for that, but I think you can just go to YouTube and learn something on Spotlight. Okay, so the question is, can I share with this with public? Meaning I don't care who. I want to share to everyone. I just give a link, everyone can see it. But this one is also, you have to specify specific person. Okay, you need to understand the whole philosophy of business behind this Power BI. Power BI is targeting enterprise. Enterprise, normally you don't simply share your P&C information, your report, your dashboard to anyone, right? So this is supposed to be shared to your stakeholders, your boss, your colleague, your client, and so on. But if you want to share with public, let's say you create a portal, that one, you want to put it on a website, you can also share using that. You can actually export. You can come here, export. It's not share, it's export. And then, sorry, not export, sorry. Share, under share, still share. I forgot already. Oh, no, sorry, not share. File, embed report. So you can embed your report onto a website or portal or publish it to web. But this one you need the permission because once if you can do that, meaning you are not on the individual license, you are on the company premium, another license, premium license per user license. So you are one of the company user. So you can get your admin, you can publish to admin to the web. Your admin must allow you to do that. You can get your admin to allow you to embed this so-called the dashboard as a code into the website. So the website, whoever go to your www website can see your dashboard. It's part of that website. But this is not the normal use case. Normal use case is you share with specific person in your company. You just specify. You publish it to Power BI service and then you share. But this one you cannot do using free version. Free version can only throw and you yourself enjoy it. No one else can enjoy it. You can't share. All right. So I think that's all for today. I hope you have learned something useful for today. Let me go back to this chart again. The whole flow. Get data, Power Query, create visual and report in the Power BI desktop. Right. Especially the report view. Of course, supported by the data model, Power Pivot, and also the data, your data. And then you have to create dashboard, blah, 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 and then create apps and share with others. Just now I told you, you can publish it on the web, and then you can share it with the specific person, or you can publish to a website as an embedded code, right? So the rest of it is outside of Power BI. It's based on your understanding of data analytics, how to analyze, monitor, and make business decision. I think that summarized my presentation for 1.5 hours. Sorry, I overshoot by 5 minutes. Sorry, I didn't check the message. Any message, any comment? Wow, so many comments. Sorry. Okay, we'll share the video. No worry. Some of you might be the expert already. Sorry. Thank you for your time, and also I do appreciate your feedback. Appreciate you are here spending your precious time. How many people can we share? I'm not too sure. I think the pro license, there is a limit as far as I know. But the premium license, normally it belongs to a company, right? Your company within your framework, how much that you pay per user. So I show you the license. Premium Power BI premium per user. So it's premium per user. So it's as many as you want. Power BI premium per user license. So that question should answer your question. So you have 10 users, share to the 10. So within the company. So that should be the answer. Okay. So thank you very much. A bit of advertisement also before we end. Thank you all for joining us today. So hope you really enjoy it and it's informative and valuable enough for all of you. Right? Sorry, I shouldn't show my screen like that. Let me go back to here. So we appreciate your support, right? And then really look forward to more events that I can see you again online, and maybe offline also. Don't miss the opportunity to gain valuable industry experience and skills. We have many other training, not just Power BI. So don't miss the chance. Yeah, you might want to visit our website and then to learn more about our courses. Power BI is one of them that fall under analytics. We have IoT, we have cybersecurity, we have a blockchain, we have soft skill training, we have executive programs also, right? So even custom map programs. If you have any need, you can contact our admin, our people here, so we can custom map a program for you. So sign up for any of the courses. If you find anything interesting, just take the first step towards thriving in this very interesting industry. So follow us also on social media. We are quite omnipresent everywhere on Facebook. You can Google, you can search Facebook on Facebook, Quantetics Academy, right? So FB, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? You can go everywhere. You can see us. You can follow us and know what is our upcoming event. And have a great day and stay safe. Sorry, anything that I didn't address, maybe I just have a look again. I think that should be fine, So I pass the time to our admin. All right. Thank you very much and have a great day and stay safe.